With that said, let's now welcome onto the podium the Mayor of eThekwini, Councillor Indaba, and of course, as we know, this is the official host, City of Africa's Travel Indaba.
Program Director, Mr. Adrian Sapir, Minister of Tourism, Honorable Ms. Patricia Delil, MEC for KZN Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Reverend Zondi, KZN Tourism and Film Authority Chairperson, Dr. Spusiso Bele, all the CEOs present, the HOD, DGs, and other senior executives present, MD, MSC Cruz, and Mr. Ross Fogg, all business partners, stakeholders, distinguished guests, members of the media, thank you very much. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to Durban for the official launch of the 2026 Africa's Travel Indaba, one of the most significant tourism marketing events on our continent and a cornerstone of our city's economic and cultural calendar. As the Mayor of the City of Durban, I extend a warm welcome to each of you. Our city is proud to once again serve as the host for this prestigious gathering, where we will showcase Durban's rich diversity, vibrant cultures, and boundless opportunities to the world. This year's Africa's Travel Indaba is held under the inspiring theme, Unlimited Africa, Growing Africa's Tourism Economy. This theme speaks directly to our collective ambition to unlock the full potential of tourism as a driver of inclusive growth, job creation, and sustainable development across our continent. As we prepare to host thousands of delegates from 22 countries, including over 600 exhibitors and 840 buyers, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our partners and stakeholders. Together, we're not only showcasing South Africa or South Africa's breathtaking landscape and diverse cultural heritage, but also advancing a shared vision of a vibrant, sustainable tourism industry that benefits all our communities and foster inclusive growth. Africa's Travel Indaba is more than an exhibition. It is a powerful platform that connects people, fosters partnerships, and drives growth across the tourism sector. It brings together buyers, exhibitors, and media from across the globe, positioning Africa not only as a destination of choice, but as a continent of innovation, resilience, and promise. Durban, affectionately known as the home of Africa's Travel Indaba, it is alive with anticipation. We are proud that South Africa Tourism and the Minister of Tourism have entrusted us with hosting this flagship event in our beautiful city. I encourage delegates to extend their stay beyond the conference to immerse themselves in Durban's many major opportunities. For Durban, hosting this event reaffirms our status as a leading tourism and events destination. Our city offers a unique blend of natural beauty, cultural heritage, and modern infrastructure, from our golden beaches to the warm waters of the Indian Ocean, to our dynamic townships, heritage sites, and world-class convention facilities. Events like Africa's Travel Indaba continue to contribute significantly to our economy. They create jobs, support SMEs, and open doors for emerging entrepreneurs, particularly within townships and rural tourism sectors. So to ensure that the benefits of Indaba are inclusive and far-reaching, entrepreneurs from Wamashu, Sorulazi, Inanda, Umbumbu, and Kwatleva must truly feel that this Indaba has transformed their economic fortunes. It must leave no one behind in the truest sense of the word. We also recognize the critical role played by the media in amplifying South Africa's stories. Your presence here today is vital. Through your platforms, you help shape global perceptions, inspire travel, and highlight the unique experiences that our continent and our city have to offer. In closing, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to South African tourism and yourself, Minister, for bringing us together, and to everyone who has played a part, from our dedicated team at Durban Tourism to our partners at provincial and national levels, the Durban ICC sponsors, and the resilient local communities whose spirit and energy define Durban. Together, let us make the 2026 Africa's Travel Indaba a landmark event, one that propels Durban and Africa's tourism industry to new heights. Let us seize this opportunity to showcase our continent's beauty, diversity, and endless possibilities. With those words, thank you very much.
And I want you now all to look at what is playing here. This is what eThekwini has to offer. A diverse range of tourism products. Once again, let's give a round of applause to the eThekwini municipality. And Mayor, I can't wait for the moment where we're able to, take the train, that high-speed train from Johannesburg, travel to Durban, then take a cruise and find myself somewhere in the ocean, whether it is the Atlantic or the Indian. I don't know. Because we have it all. We have it all. We have it all. Mayor, thank you so much for your remarks. We are now going to call on the MEC for the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs here in KwaZulu-Natal, Reverend Musa Zondi, who's also going to tell us what the province as a whole has to offer. MEC.
members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. It is a great honor to address you as KwaZulu-Natal officially welcomes the launch of Africa Tourism Indaba 2026. This is not an ordinary trade show. Africa's Travel Indaba is one of the most important tourism trade platforms on the African continent. It brings together the people who sell destinations, the people who buy travel experiences, the people who invest in tourism products, and the people who tell Africa's story to the world. For KwaZulu-Natal, hosting this platform is not merely ceremonial, but it is economic, it is strategic, it is developmental, it is about placing our province at the center of Africa's tourism growth agenda. Coming to the state of readiness to host Africa's Travel Indaba in 2026, Honorable Minister, we just want to say that as the host province, KwaZulu-Natal is ready. Africa's Travel Indaba 2026 will take place from the 11th to the 14th of May at the Durban ICC, a venue that has proven over many years that it can host continental and global events of significance. The state of readiness presented by KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film confirms that the province and the city are preparing to deliver an Indaba that is commercially relevant, professionally executed, and beneficial to the growth economy. The current buyer composition already shows strong favor for the province and the city. More than 700 buyers are confirmed already, with further uplift expected through conversion, and this creates direct opportunities for local accommodation establishments, transport operators, restaurants, tour operators, and tourism experiences. The broader ATI 2026 fact sheet actually confirms the scale of this year's platform. 600 exhibition companies, 22 African countries participating, including South Africa. All 9 South African provinces, 191 independent SMMEs, 840 hosted and non-hosted buyers from applications across 71 countries, and 3,315 confirmed meetings since the diary opened on the 20th of April. These figures show that Africa's Travel Indaba is not just ready to happen, but it is ready to transcend its way. Why hosting ATI matters to us? The importance of hosting Africa's Travel Indaba in KwaZulu-Natal cannot be overstated. In the past 5 years, the event has had a major impact on Durban's economy. In 2025, overall hotel occupancy during the period reached 90%. Total delegate numbers exceeded 10,000. Total spend reached 232 million rand, and the contribution to the city's GDP was estimated at around 574 million rand. That is why we must speak about tourism honestly. Tourism is not just about beaches, hotels, and photographs. Yes, they are part of it. But tourism is an economic sector. It creates work. It sustains small businesses. It supports transport, food, agriculture, retail, entertainment, events, culture, and creative industries. The strategic value for Durban and KwaZulu-Natal includes immediate economic impact, market access, trade and business growth, long-term tourism growth, and balanced value from both international and regional buyers. KwaZulu-Natal is also not hosting this event for 1 year only. We have hosted it for over 3 decades. Yes, let that sink in, 3 decades, over 30 years. Now the province won the bid to host Africa Tourism Indaba for the period 2026 to 2030. This 5-year hosting right gives us stability and planning certainty and a serious platform to build a legacy for the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Honorable Minister, it is projected that the Africa Tourism Indaba, hosting the Africa Tourism Indaba, will give us an opportunity to host more than 10,000 delegates, with more than 3 nights spent in KwaZulu-Natal, a provincial investment of 22.5 million rand, an estimated economic impact of more than 190 million rand, and more than 100 temporary jobs. This is why we regard Africa Tourism Indaba as a long-term economic asset, not just a once-off event. KwaZulu-Natal is a strong tourism proposition. We are home to beaches, mountains, wildlife, culture, heritage, benefits, township and rural experiences, gastronomy, sports tourism and business events. The strength of this province lies in the fact that we do not offer one product, we offer a complete destination economy. For example, this year the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Exhibition stand will deliberately showcase tourism routes and route organizations that help package the province for buyers. This includes the KwaZulu-Natal betting route, Midlands Meander, the Battlefields route, KwaZulu-Natal, the Zululand Heritage Route 66, Route 22 Elephant Coast, Drakensberg Experience, and KZN South Coast Great Drives Out. These routes matter because buyers do not only buy isolated attractions, they buy itineraries, they buy experiences that can be packaged, priced, and sold. By placing these routes in front of buyers, KwaZulu-Natal is making it easier for the province to be included in global itineraries. One of the strongest elements of KwaZulu-Natal's participation this year is the hosting of 15 SMMEs on the KZN Tourism and Film Exhibition stand. For these businesses, ATI provides access to buyers, to destination management companies, media, tourism boards, and potential partners that they would not easily reach on their own. It gives them visibility on a global platform. It helps them understand market expectations. It opens doors to deals, to packaging opportunities, and future bookings. When the Honorable or His Worship the Mayor spoke about it, we need to do all these things to ensure that no one is left behind. This is one demonstrative way in which we include all and sundry, the big and small, in the industry of tourism. For the province, this is how we brought in participation in the tourism economy. It is how we ensure that growth does not remain concentrated only in established businesses. It is how we move emerging operators from the margins of tourism into the mainstream of trade. We are also placing strong emphasis, Honorable Minister, on youth development through the use of youth ambassadors. This is important because young people must not only be seen as beneficiaries or future beneficiaries of tourism, but they must be developed as effective and core participants here and now. They must be developed as hosts, as storytellers, as guides, as content creators, and future entrepreneurs on their own in the sector. For example, the Ambassador Program gives young people practical experience to a major international trade environment. They learn how events are managed, how delegates are hosted, how destination information is communicated, and how service excellence is delivered. This is the type of experience that cannot be taught properly in a classroom alone. It must be lived by involving young ambassadors at the Indaba. KwaZulu-Natal is investing in the next generation of tourism professionals. Tourism promotion has changed. The world no longer waits only for brochures and formal advertising campaigns in the hope that this will work. But travelers are influenced by content, by storytelling, short-form video, authentic voices, and real experiences. That is why inclusion of creatives is so important. At this year's Indaba, 10 creatives will be showcasing at the Sustainability Village. This is a practical way of connecting tourism, sustainability, culture, creativity, and youth opportunity. These creatives will help show that KwaZulu-Natal is not only a destination of natural beauty, but also a province of talent, innovation, and responsible tourism thinking. As KwaZulu-Natal, our message is clear. We are ready to host, we are ready to trade, and ready to welcome, and ready to grow. We will use the next 5 years, Honorable Minister, not simply to host an event, but to build a stronger tourism economy for Durban, for KwaZulu-Natal, for South Africa, and for the African continent as a whole. I thank you for listening to me.
And it is the MEC for the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Reverend Musa Zodi. And as you heard there, he said, let it sink in. 30 years. As old as our Constitution. As old as our Constitution. As we celebrate 30 years of our Constitution, which was actually adopted by the Assembly on this particular month, back in 1996. And by the way, so as the MEC was saying a bit earlier on, the year we are speaking about 30 years, and let's just like to quickly once again acknowledge the ATI host for 2026. That is the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority as bid partners, together with the eThekwini Municipality and the Durban ICC. These are our bid partners, and once again, congratulations. Another 5 years MEC, and the Minister has said that, listen, we should do something different. We should revamp the ATI, and she'll speak about that a bit later on. And speaking about the Minister of Tourism, Patricia de Lille.
Good morning, goeiemorgen, Sanabonani. I want to thank Ross for his warm welcome. I'm glad we selected this venue. It's so beautiful behind us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to stand before you here today to officially launch Africa Tourism Indaba 2026. One of the continent's most important tourism trade fairs and shows that we have. But we gather here today to celebrate. Africa's Tourism Indaba we are celebrating the travel industry professionals that we gather here, our tour operators, our hotels, our airlines, our tourism boards, to showcase our products to the rest of the world, to negotiate deals and form partnership with the buyers that will be coming to our beautiful country. Also on the 12th of May, we will welcome our Honorable President, Cyril Ramaphosa to officially open the event for us, and his presence reflects the strategic importance of tourism at the highest level of government, and also affirms our collective understanding that tourism is not peripheral to economic growth. It is central to economic growth. Tourism policy is economic policy. And the theme of this year, of course, is Unlimited Africa, growing Africa's tourism economy. That is the real substance of why we are here. Because we are sending a message to the rest of the world that Africa is open for business. Also, as part of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, that also provides impetus to Africa Travel Indaba. And what we hope to achieve through the geographic spread of all the African countries will join us, our African brothers and sisters. We want to spread the message and the value and the importance of tourism. Tourism creates investment, it creates jobs, and it showcases the beauty of our continent, the African continent. Now, here in South Africa, our domestic tourism continues to be the bedrock of our tourism, and we must always recognize it. And it really started after COVID-19, where we were all locked up and locked in, no flights were coming to us, we were not allowed to get out. And South Africans then rediscover our own country. I call it revenge travel, because we had to go get out of the house. And that is where domestic tourism has really taken off, and has long past the figures of 2019. We've seen just between January and February this year, 2026, we've seen a 35% increase of domestic tourism compared to 2025, just in the first 2 months. But also equally important is the business events, the MICE sector, which continue to contribute meaningful and immensely to the tourism offering of our country. Last year, we submitted 100 bids, because we have to bid for these international conferences to be hosted and staged in South Africa. And we've been successful that for this year, we are going to host 52 across the country. And I think the South African National Convention Bureau must make that list available so that people can see the 52 events that will come to our country, and they can start preparing. And they will be hosted all over the country, including KZN. Also, Durban is very lucky that in August they're also going to host the SADC Leaders Summit here in Durban. I think there's something here, a little bit of bias towards KZN. Am I picking that up, ABC? But also in 2027, we will be hosting the World Economic Forum, a mini Davos, in April of 2027. We will also be hosting in 2027 the Cricket World Cup. And already there's a local organizing committee. Those cricketers are going to travel all over our country. And already we are putting together packages for the cricketers that will be coming, to come earlier before the matches or even stay. We're also going to take some of those buyers after the ATI. We're going to take them for a tour around our country. We're going to take buyers into provinces, you know, the less to spread the benefit of tourism across South Africa. And therefore we are going to take them to the Free State, to the Northwest. We're going to the Northern Cape. We want to show them all the hidden gems in our country. And that is why the Department of Tourism, we are investing in building those new products. We must, even here, I'm going to go to the Free State stand. Because in the Free State, the Department of Tourism invested into the Khudumudumu Dinosaur Interpretation Center. And we see more than 80,000 visitors going there. Never mind that American Jurassic Park. We have got the real dinosaurs here. We got a dinosaur embryo that's over 2 million years old. Just last week I was at Cape Agulhas, where the two oceans meet, the Indian and the Atlantic. And the Department of Tourism built a 60-seater restaurant and a walkway where you can walk, where you pass from the Atlantic Ocean to the Indian Ocean. So I'm very excited about the growth. And again, I want to thank all our partners, the KZN government, the city of eThekwini, our tourism authorities, all of you, that makes this city so great that we want to come back and back. Just today, it's 30 degrees here. Joburg is cold, Cape Town is cold. And so we all look forward to coming back next week and enjoy the lovely weather and the friendly people of KwaZulu-Natal, the only province with a name and a surname. I want to say, Reverend Zondi, God bless all of you.
Thank you so much. That is Minister Patricia de Lille, the Minister of Tourism. I'm now going to call on the board chairperson of the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Freedom Authority, Dr. Sbusiso Ndebele, to come and give us his closing remarks.
Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by expressing appreciation to those who have made and shaped this platform. To the Minister of Tourism, Ms. Patricia today, we thank you for your continued leadership in positioning tourism as a central pillar of economic growth. We also extend our sincere appreciation for the confidence placed in KwaZulu-Natal to once again host Africa Tourism Indaba for the next 5 years. This decision affirms the province's proven capability to deliver a platform to this scale. KwaZulu-Natal's role in Africa's Tourism Indaba is well established. The province has hosted this platform for over 3 decades. This consistency has contributed to the growth, stability and credibility of this platform as one of the continent's leading tourism trade events. We recognize and welcome the participation of His Excellency, President Cyril Ramaphosa, who will officially open this year's ATI Africa Tourism Indaba. His presence will reflect the national importance of tourism as a driver of economic growth, job creation, and international engagement. To the KwaZulu-Natal MEC for Economic Development, Tourism, and Environmental Affairs, Reverend Sasson, we acknowledge your strategic direction and commitment to ensuring that this province remains at the center of Africa's tourism economy. The Economic Development and Tourism and Environmental Affairs team, headed by Dr. Ngosenya Zulu, continue to be our true partners in government as we navigate the hosting of ATI for the next 5 years. To the city of eThekwini, under the leadership of the Mayor, Councillor Suresh Baba, we recognize your role as host city and your continued investment in positioning Durban as a globally competitive destination. We also extend our appreciation to South African tourism the Durban ICC, Durban Tourism, the tourism trade, all stakeholders, airlines, buyers, exhibitors, SMEs, who continue to support and grow this platform. I'd like to express our appreciation to the members of the media who continually support and profile the business of Africa Tourism Indaba and of Africa Tourism Indaba and Destination KZN. Your stories spread the word far and wide that KZN is indeed capable of hosting a Pan-African business trade show of this magnitude. ATI remains a working platform. It is where business is conducted, where destinations are positioned, and where Africa engages directly with global markets. Its value lies in its ability to generate measurable economic outcomes. KwaZulu-Natal's responsibility is to ensure delivery, a platform that enables trade, expands market access, and supports participation across the sector, including SMEs and emerging operators. This year's Indaba takes place within the context of continued recovery in South Africa's tourism sector, with over 2.9 million international arrivals recorded in the first quarter of 2026. The presence of international buyers, exhibitors, and media reinforces the global relevance of this platform. As KwaZulu-Natal enters 2026-2030 hosting cycle, our focus is in consistency, quality, and measurable outcomes. Our objective is to ensure that Africa's Travel Indaba continues to deliver value for all participants and to strengthen its long-term impact. We look forward to welcoming delegates and delivering yet another successful Africa's Travel Indaba. I thank you.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we've officially come to the end of the program.